Good day everyone. Today we're going to learn how to access values in dictionary using Python. So a dictionary is like a mini database where each key has a corresponding value. The dictionary is super useful and easy to use. So here meron tayong create na dictionary which is pangalan ng dictionary is yung student and there are three keys: the name, age, and the course. So each key has a corresponding value and yung value ng name is Noah, yung age is 20, and then yung course is BSIT. So to access the value, we need to type print pangalan ng dictionary which is student, then square brackets, pangalan ng key, name. So pag niran natin to, ang lalabas is yung Noah dahil yung kinainilagay natin is yung name. So yan guys. Dahil yung nilagay natin key is name, ang lumabas na value niya is Noah. Then try naman natin sa iba. Course. So yan guys. Next naman is tuturuan ko kayo kung paano mag-access ng value using the .get method. Print student .get then pangalan ng key. Example is age. So yan guys. The .get method is another way to access values. It is safer because it won't crush your key. It won't crush your code if the key doesn't exist. So yun guys, mas safe daw siya gamitin yung .get method. So yun lang. Thanks for listening.
Hi everyone, this is Urmaling Gadon, and today I'll be showing you how to change items in a Python dictionary using simple steps. So let's type in. So for this one, I'm going to use a Python on compiler, and I'm just going to do this line first. All right. So for this one, so the step one is create a dictionary. I'm going to type a code to create a simple dictionary of a person. So let's see step one. Create a dictionary. Alright. So I'm going to type this code first. Person equals is will sorry. Let's say the name is Alice, comma, and the age, let's say 25. 25 and Alice, let's say live in New York. New York. All right. So let's type print, close on parenthesis, and type original dictionary. And print first. So let's run this code. Alright. As you can see here, in the print we got the original dictionary, and this is the result original dictionary. So for the name, that is Alice, age 25, city is New York. Alright, so this means it creates a dictionary with three key value pairs and prints it. So for the step two, that is a change a value direct. So now let's change the values using direct assignment. So this is going to be as step two. Change the age and see the race rule. Step is called person, age. So the age will be let's see 26. Person equals city. Let's see the city is Los Angeles. So let's change this one. And after changing the age and see. Alright, let's run this code. So we put 26 on age and city is Los Angeles. And also we type Philippines is after changing age and city. Then tell throw the code. Oh, okay, get it. It so for that there is no equal sign in that line. So alright, we got it now correctly. So after changing age and city, the name still Alice. Age is 26. City is Los Angeles. So for that step, it changes the value of the age and city yes. So now let's proceed to step 3. Use the update close parenthesis method. Now try using that update close parenthesis to change multiple values at once. So this is going 3. Step 3, use update close parenthesis method change flux. So let's type person C close parenthesis. Alright, let's see. We change the name into Alicia. Alicia. Comma. And the let's say 27. Alright. So we also going to socials one after you see. Let's see. We're now going to run this code. Alright. As you can see here, the print says after using update So the name before is Alice, but we type now is Alicia, so the result is Alicia. So for the age before it's 26, and after that we type 27, though the age, and the result is 27. And the city is still Los Angeles. Alright, so and that's it. You've just learned how to change dictionary items in Python. And also, thanks for watching or coding along. See you next time.
And now let's start adding some items to the dictionary. Adding an item to the dictionary is done by using a new index key and assigning value to it. I have here the code, a sample code to it, and the sample output. As you can see, the output has brand, Ford, model, Mustang, year 1964. In our sample code here, we have a variable called this stick. And inside this stick, we have key, which is the brand, the model, and the year. And each key has different value. On the brand, we have Ford. On the model, we have Mustang. And on the year, we have 1964. In order to add a new item to it, all we need to do is type the variable, which is this stick, and then add some item to it, or add some key to it. So for my key, it will be color, and the value for my key will be, for example, red. And if we run this, as you can see, there is the color red key, or the value. That's how you add an item to the dictionary.
Hello guys, today we'll talk about removing items from a dictionary in Python. Dictionaries in Python are used to store data in key value pairs. Sometimes you might want to remove a specific item or clear the entire dictionary. Tara, samahan niyo ako at tuturuan ko kayo paano gawin ito. Una sa lahat, lagyan muna tayo pangalan natin ng dictionary natin. Example, person. Tapos name niya. John. Tapos age naman niya ay age is 25. Tapos city New York. Tapos person dot pop. Etong pop is ito yung pang remove ng element dito. Kunyari, example ito. Pwede natin siya remove using pop. Tapos, pero, gagamitan dito, re-remove natin is age. Tapos, print lang natin. Print natin yung person in dictionary. Yan. Run. Yan. Natanggal na natin yung age. Bali natira is name and city. Tapos, pwede natin gawin yung pop item. Bali, ang matatanggal sa pop item is yung last inserted na element, which is the city. Okay, run natin siya. Yan. Natanggal natin yung city. Bali, natira is name tapos age. Tapos, pwede na tayong mag-delete. Bali, delete tayo. Delete. Delete city. Okay, run natin siya. Nawala rin yung ano. Yung name, ay yung city. Bali natira is name at age. Bali, yun na lahat. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig.
My name is Brave Romuel Bernabe and I'm working with the Python dictionary named emails, which is key is a name and the corresponding value is their email address. So let me share you how I code with Python programming. So as you can see, I look through the dictionary using items to access both the name and the email at the same time. For the better readability and professionalism, I format the output using format to align everything in a tabular form. This kind of output is useful for console reports, logs, and even the simple admin tools. And thank you for watching. Oh, hey there. I'm Tristan. So today, I'm showing you how to copy dictionaries using Python, the programming language. So, let's start now. You need to understand, guys, that you need a dictionary in order to copy your dictionary. Yeah, pretty much irony. Anyway, you can use any IDE or any Python compiler or interpreter to do this. I'm using Program is an online interpreter or compiler, yeah. This is not sponsored, by the way. So let me show you how to do it. So program is, and I'm showing you the basic codes, by the way. So let's start with student dictionary. Then maybe I'm putting student name. Using my name. Student number. I'm not using my own student number, of course. Then perhaps grade. And of course, I'm not using my own grade for that. Yeah. So as you can see, guys, this is the first dictionary, or dictionary number 1, your main dictionary. I'm gonna label it the dictionary 1. So let's start to copy the dictionary 1 first. I'm gonna create another dictionary, perhaps stop student dictionary to assign, then copy your first dictionary, student dictionary dot copy, open and close parentheses, then print, open and close parentheses again, print the second or the copy dictionary, top student dictionary, then try to run it. Yeah, as you can see, it printed my name, my student number, and my grade. This is the most formal way to code this. Also, there's also called the shorthand method, where you can use this code instead. Dictionary, open and close parentheses, the name of the first dictionary, student dictionary, and run it. Yeah, as you can see, it saved much space, and it printed same same name, same student number, and same grade. Label it with this. This is its first dictionary. This is your second dictionary, and this is print of the second dictionary. So this is how you do the copy dictionaries in Python. Yeah, thank you for watching.
So hi guys, I'm JV Biale, and for my part, I will be discussing nested dictionaries. So a dictionary is like a JSON format file. So it's dictionary is also a key value pair object like that. So first, let's try to make, let's say, movies. Let's say movies. Then inside movies, let's define our first movie first. And inside our first movie, of course, in a movie there will be a movie name. Let's name it like the Battle of Brave. And of course, in a movie there will be a director. So let's define that here. Let's say the movie director of the first movie is Brave. And in a movie there will be ratings. So inside ratings there will be let's say count of, let's say, 10/10, and the stars, let's say 10. Let's do this 100 and 100. Oops. Then let's create another second movie. What kind of movie? The Battle of Noah, let's say. And the movie director will be Noah. The count, let's say it's 90 or 100, and the stars is 9. So to access, let's say we're going to access the movie name first in our first movie. It will be like this. Then inside it, don't forget that double quotes. Then let's define our first movie. Then let's access, let's try it first. So as you can see, it returned and like a JSON file, but it's not that pretty. Let's try to access now the movie name of the first movie. So it's going to be like this. So we access the movies, then the first child, that will be the first movie. So first movie, and inside the first movie there is a key called movie name. So we're going to access that. So the output is the Battle of Brave. Let's try to access the second movie. So like that. So in our first movie, let's try to access the ratings. So inside ratings, there is two key, the count and stars. So just like that, we can access nested dictionaries. From the word itself, a dictionary inside a dictionary inside a dictionary, like that. So that's it, guys.
Magandang araw sa ating lahat. Ako nga pula si John Wilmer Bagayan na ang ating pag-aaralan ngayon ay patungkol sa dictionary method sa Python. So halina, simulan na natin. So bago tayo simula sa mga dictionary method sa Python, una muna gagawa muna tayo ng dictionary. So ang dictionary natin is papangalanan natin siyang student. So mag-start tayo ng student. Then sa loob ng student na yan, magkakaroon siya ng listing. So unang listing is name o pangalan, name, then in quotes with semicolon, colon, then afterwards lalagay natin yung pangalan. Papangalanan natin tong Wilms is student. Then afterwards lalagay natin yung age niya. So ang age niya, ang age ni Wilms ay 21. And then sunod naman ito ay ang kanyang program or course. So lagyan natin course niya ay Python. Parang mali. So ayun, pala tayong kama. So ayan, so as you can see, meron na tayong dictionary. Ang pangalan dictionary natin ay student, na naglalaman ng pangalan, edad at saka course na pinasok ni Wilms. So ngayon, paano natin pala kukunin yung individual values na nasa loob ng ng ating dictionary? So firstly, tatawag tayo ngayon, or dahil magpiprint tayo ng data mula sa ating terminal, so kailangan natin tawagin si print. Then after ng print method, tatawagin natin ang ating dictionary, student. Then after nyan, magkakaroon tayo ng tuldok, and then kung anong kukunin natin, get. So get, kukunin natin yung pangalan niya. So bakit nga ba nagsimula sa tuldok at saka parenthesis? So ang method ay malalaman natin siyang isang uri siya ng method pag dinugtong siya sa ating variable name, dictionary, or any kind of arrays, then together with lower cases na names, halimbawa get. So ayun, doon natin siya malalaman na isa siyang uri ng method. So ngayon, pag pinrint natin tong get, yung piprint niya lang is, ang magiging output nito is Wilms. Kung baga, kung anong laman ng dictionary na yon, kung anong laman ng keys na yon. So ang tawag pala nga dito sa names na to ay tawag sa kanila ay, ang tawag dyan sa names, wait, lagyan natin comment, names, tawag ay keys, tapos kay Wilms naman ang tawag ay values, gets. So ngayon, dahil tinawag natin yung kanyang keys na names, ang i-output nito is yung values niya, or kukunin niya yung values ng names na yan. So as you can see, pinrint niya si Wilms. So paano naman kung kukunin natin yung age? Simple lang, ganun ulit, print, tapos next sa loob ng print naka-enclose si student.get, then yung kukunin natin na values. Siyempre kukunin natin yung values na mula sa keys, si age. So ngayon, ang ipiprint nito is yung age ni Wilms. Then next, paano naman yung course ni Wilms? Siyempre lang, ganun ulit, print, then course.get, print, tapos parenthesis, then student.get course. So as you can see, pag pinilit natin yan, ipiprint niya na yung mga values na na-enclose dun sa student, or yung data ng student. So gets. Ang tawag dito ay get method. Lagyan sa baba, tawag din ay get method. Paano naman yung kukunin natin yung key values lang, or yung keys na nasa loob ng ating dictionary. So una muna, tatawagin natin si print dahil magpiprint tayo sa ating terminal. Then after nyan, student dot keys tab. Then pag pinilit natin yan, ilalabas niya lang yung mga keys ng ating dictionary, na kung saan yung mga keys nito is si name, si age, at saka si course. So as you can see, ayun yung naging output ng ating key dictionary, name, age, and courses. So ang tawag dito ay keys method. Then comment natin si keys method. Then after nyan, dito naman tayo sa values. So sabi ko nga kanina, keys yung name, age at saka course. Samantalang naman si Wilms 21 at saka Python, tumutukoy naman sila sa values. So para tawagin yung mga values, lalagay lang natin ulit si print dahil ipiprint natin siya sa ating terminal. Print, then enclose with student, tatawagin natin ang ating library or yung dictionary natin. Then next, lalagay natin si values, then open and close parenthesis, then run. So as you can see, ang key values ng ating dictionary ay Wilms 21 and Python. Then ang tawag dito ay values method. Comment natin yan, comment din natin to. Then next, doon na tayo sa items. So pag sinabing items, ito yung set or yung mga nilalaman ng ating dictionary. Tatawagin lang natin siya para kunin yung mga nilalaman ng ating dictionary. For example, tatawagin ko ulit si student. So una man na print dahil magpiprint tayo sa terminal, dahil student dot items, then open and close parenthesis. So ang magiging output nito is name Wilms, tapos parenthesis yung dalawa na yon, then separated with comma, then ulit encloses with parenthesis ulit si age at saka yung value ng age, then separated with comma, then afterwards si close at saka Python ay naka-enclose sila ng comma, naka-enclose sila ng parenthesis, then yun mga values na yun ay naka-enclose ng curly braces. So try natin, i-print natin ngayon. So as you can see, pagka-print, ayan, kitang-kita naman natin sila, dictionary items, tapos naka-include with parenthesis at saka naka-bracket pala, hindi pala siya naka-curly braces. So ang tawag dito ay items method. Ngayon, comment natin sila. Ayan, next. Doon naman tayo sa update. Paano kung si Wilms is hindi na siya 21, magiging 22 na siya. So ang gagawin natin is print, dahil gagamitin natin ulit si print. Then tatawagin natin ulit si student. Nirecall natin si student, then wait lang. Print student dot update. Ngayon, yung i-update natin, ipapasok natin sa loob ng ating parenthesis. So halimbawa, i-update ko yung age ni Wilms, dahil nga kuwari din na siya 21 ngayon, 22 na siya, 22. So iraran lang natin yung code. Oy, ulit nga, ba't ganun? May lang, may mali ata. So ulitin natin, try natin na tatanggalin natin siya sa loob ng ating constructor. Ayan, nakaganyan lang siya. Tapos gagawa tayo ng bago sa taas, si student dot update. After yan, student dot update parenthesis, then curly braces. So, ngayon lalagyan natin age, ang age niya, mag-update ng age, then tutuldok, ang age niya ngayon ay 22 na ngayon. So ngayon, student at update. Hindi, wait lang, wala na tong update na to. dahil tinawag na natin siya sa itaas. So ngayon ipiprint na natin si student na nag-update ng age na 22. So as you can see, na-update yung age from 21 to 22. So para malaman natin yung differences, ipiprint natin siya bago tayo mag-perform ng update. Ayan, run natin. So as you can see, yung age ni Wilms na 21 dati is naging 22 na. Then i-comment natin ito, emphasize natin siya na update para madali natin malaman later on. Yan, tapos lagyan natin update nakamet siya method, then ay nako, yan. Next naman na gagawin natin is yung pop, or magtatanggal tayo ng item dun sa dictionary natin. So firstly, ilalagay natin yung ipapop natin. So first ang gagawin natin is i-emphasize muna natin kung ano tatanggalin natin. So first, kung ari tatanggalin ko yung course, hindi na mag-aaral si Wilms, lagay natin yung course, lagay natin yung variable ng course, tapos student dot pop. Bakit pop? Kasi magtatanggal tayo ng item dun sa ating dictionary. Then next, print natin yung una nating ipiprint ay yung course ni Wilms, yung course niya na tinanggal natin dahil pinap natin yung course. So naka-separate na siya, ipiprint natin. So as you can see, irara natin dito. Ang magiging output nito is yung ano lang, keys. Wait lang, lagyan natin comment. Ang ano na to, output nito is keys for names, keys and values pala, values for names. Then sa kabila naman is yung ano niya, yung age and age value, age val. Ayun yung ipiprint. Ito naman sa course, ipiprint niya lang yung course lang. Kailangan lagi itong comment, it printed course only. So yan, i-run natin. So as you can see, nakahiwalay na si Python dahil pinap natin yung course na yun. So paano kung gusto nating ipap lahat? So magde-declare tayo ulit ng variable na halimbawa age. I-close natin si age, tapos student.pop age. Tatanggalin natin si age doon sa ating data, sa ating dictionary. So print, then tab age. So as you can see, separated naman siya. Wala na siya doon sa ating dictionary. Nasa labas na siya ng ating dictionary dahil pinap natin yung ano na yun, yung specific keys or specific items na nasa ating dictionary. So gagawin ko muna tong comment para mag-start tayo sa kabila or sa bagong ano natin, sa bagong method. So ngayon naman yung papakita, ito yung method, method na to ay ang method na to ay pop lang, pop method. Dito naman meron naman tayong tinatawag na pop item. Ito naman yung pop item na to is ipapop niya yung item na nasa loob, ng ating dictionary. For example, lalagay ako dito ng old student, old student na siya, kailangan natin siya tanggalin. Ngayon lagay natin student dot pop item. Tapos ngayon lalagay natin dito yung yung old student pop, then ipiprint natin dito yung student. So ayan, ang magiging output nito is yung hintayin natin. Ayan. So as you can see, ang ginawa natin dito is nagpop tayo ng item. So ibig sabihin, pinap natin yung pinaka huli-huling item dun sa dictionary natin, na kung saan ayun yung course at saka Python. So sabi ko nga kanina, magpapop tayo ng isang item dun sa ating dictionary. So paano naman kung ipapop natin lahat? Try natin ulit try natin i-call ulit try natin para mag-pop ulit ng other student is magdadagdag tayo ulit ng pop item ulit. Pop hindi old student 2. Then lalagay natin ulit ilalagay naman natin dito yung old student, tapos lagyan natin ng dot pop item. Then try natin i-print tab old student underscore 2 kung gagana. Ay hindi, bakit? Topol pop item. So hindi pala siya mag-work. Ipapop niya lang pala yung item na last item, hindi na siya pwedeng maulit. So ayan, ito naman is yung for pop item. So i-delete niya yung last item na na-add dun sa dictionary natin, or tama, last item na na-add natin sa dictionary. Kumbaga ito yung style ng stacking tapos pop. Kumbaga kung sino yung pinakahuli, siya yung unang mawawala or masa-stack out. Kagaya na nandito sa sa pop na to, pop item yun kumbaga sa stacking to. Kumbaga kung sino yung nasa una, for example, kung sino yung nasa huling nilagay pala, siya yung unang ilalabas. Kumbaga tinatawag siyang last in first out, LIFO. Tatawag siyang LIFO. Kung sino yung huling pinasok, siya yung unang ilalabas. Sinong huling pinasok, siya unang lalabas. Unlike dito kanina sa pop method, namimili tayo kung sino yung tatanggalin lang nating item dun sa ating dictionary. Dito naman, kung sino yung pinakahuli nating nilagay sa ating dictionary, siya yung unang-unang mawawala. So i-comment na natin ulit. Add tayo ulit, lalagay natin dito pop item para ma-emphasize natin na yun yung pop item. Pop item, then close parenthesis, method. Then next, dito na tayo sa new method, clear method. Dito naman sa clear method, tatanggalin natin yung lahat ng content ng nasa ating dictionary. So firstly, i-re-recall lang muna natin ulit si student, dahil si student ang ating ang pangalan ng ating dictionary. Next, lalagyan natin ang method na clear tab. Then ngayon ipiprint natin si student. Ano mangyari? So mangyari nito is ang matitira na lang ang mga yung curly braces niya. Tapos yung mga item na nasa loob ng curly braces ay mawawala na. So ayan, as you can see, mawawala yung yung item dun sa curly braces. Then next, dito na tayo dun sa set to default. So ngayon, ayun yung function ng clear. Kumbaga tatanggalin niya lahat ng content na nasa loob ng ating dictionary, including the keys and values na nasa loob nito. So ngayon, lagyan lang natin siya ng palatandaan. Clear, then method. Next, next, dito na tayo, comment lang natin siya. Then next, dito na tayo sa set to default. So halimbawa, nag-set na tayo ng student name doon. Set na tayo ng, di ba kanina may mga data na tayo na binigay doon. Since meron na tayong na set na default, so, for example, may na, asan yung data natin? Sa student natin nandun yung si Wilm, si age niya 21 at saka yung course niya pinasok. So dito magsiset tayo ng new value. Since meron na tayong na set na value kanina, hindi niya to tatanggapin. So dahil ayun yung default value na binigay natin kanina, di ba? So try natin, student, lalagyan lang natin ulit si student, siya ang pangalan ng ating dictionary kasi. Then set default tab names, ito yung pangalan niya, di ba, Wilms. For example, papalitan ko siya, gusto ko siya maging John. Yan, tapos ngayon ipiprint na natin si student. Print, then open close parenthesis, hindi, ilang print, then ayan, student, then irara natin siya. As you can see, hindi napalitan si Wilms dahil ayun na yung tinatawag na nagbigay na tayo kanina ng default name niya na Wilms. So ibig sabihin hindi na siya mapapalitan ng kahit anong name or kahit anong values dun sa specific keys na yon. Gets? Ang tawag dito ay set to default. Set default. Then open close parenthesis and then method. Next. Kailangan na ba ito? Next naman ay doon naman tayo sa copy. So kanina ang original natin na dictionary is student. Ngayon, for example, paano natin kokopyahin natin yung content ng dictionary na yon. Tapos may papalitan tayo or may altering tayong data. For example, lawagin ko ulit si print. Then afterwards sa loob ni print, wait, hindi pala muna tayo magpiprint. Ang gagawin pala muna natin is kokopyahin muna natin yung dictionary. Since may student dictionary na tayo, lalagyan natin new student, si new student na, dahil may copy na tayo dun kanina, si new student, pangalan ng copy ng student natin. Then ilalagay natin yung student dito so unahan dahil siya yung old student, and copy dahil gagamitan natin siya ng method. So ngayon ang gagawin natin is magagawa tayo ng new dictionary dun sa kinopy natin. So gagawin natin is new student then sa loob nun magkakaroon tayo ng dictionary kung ano yung papalitan natin. So ang papalitan natin dito ay, for example, ang papalitan ko dito ay age. Then ang value ng age niya is gagawin natin siyang 23. For example, 23 na siya dyan. Then ngayon ipiprint na natin si student at saka si new student para malaman natin yung pinagkaiba nila. Then run. So as you can see, dun sa new student naging 23 na siya, and then dun sa sa una nating dictionary, same yung mga values na nakalagay doon. So hindi na wala yung values kanina kasi kinapi lang natin. Tapos nagkaroon lang tayo ng kaunting alteration dun sa age, na kung saan binago natin siya na dating 21, ginawa natin siyang 23. So yun lamang po dito sa dictionary method. Maraming salamat.